Good day to everyone. Today we're here to talk about friends. Friends is one of those topics that most of us takes for granted. Why? Because we've sort of shut down trusting other people. And trust is one of those words, those very important words that we need to remember when we think about friends. Because most of the friends that we have are those people that we see on a day-to-day basis. They usually are not friends that have taken time to build. Time meaning years, as in continual reference, continual communication, continual appearance in your lives. Not just overnight, those neighbors that appear. Neighbors can be friends, but it takes time to build a friend. And in the immediate sense, we've been using it to signify a friend for someone that we meet. But there are some qualities that we need to formalize in creating friends. And some of those qualities are trust, as I said. Trust is a word that has been losing its significance because most of us do not rely on our immediate connections for a mutual relationship. And sometimes one person is more readily available to communicate rather than anyone else is available to communicate. Why is this so? Because time has changed the meaning of friendship. Time, as well as computers, as well as modern day technology, have changed the meaning of relationships. And when it comes to a friend, as in a Facebook friend or an Instagram friend or Twitter or any of the other programs that you use, those terms are lightly used and they have made the word friend lose its meaning. So we've come across in a time that words such as friend has lost the power that was behind it. Another important stance for a friend is cooperation. Someone who is willing to work with you through those hard times, who is willing to help you figure out tough, problematic times in your life. I've noticed that some of us, especially the younger generations, 30s, 20s, teens, are developing the sense of cooperation in the wrong sense. They're willing to cooperate with anyone and everyone, willing to release information, willing to say what's going through their lives. And something like that requires time, and it's usually meant to be handled by a psychologist or someone who's a health or a life coach, just like I am. Someone who is a leader, who represents more than just a simple relationship. I recommend that when you look for cooperation, don't just look for it in your immediate friends, because cooperation takes time to build. It takes more than just a few days to develop. Trust and cooperation. Recommendations. We look for friends to recommend to us what's a good restaurant, what's a good purchase on clothing, what's a good recommendation for the next movie that has come out. Recommendations have also been taken lightly. They have been taken lightly because we tend to recommend what is at our immediate and not at our experience. Immediate seems to be the trend, the newer trend, what we experienced yesterday, the day before. But experience is someone who has had a continual relationship with what they mean to recommend. So recommendation is one of those words that has also lost its meaning and needs to be redefined. Listen. It's so hard to listen to these days. We listen on social media, but we do not communicate through social media. We text. There are no feelings being portrayed, although it seems like we are portraying feelings. Listening is so powerful for those who are speaking and for those who are listening. Listening is where our loudest voice can be heard. And I recommend for each and every one of you to practice listening, especially for your friends. Most of us need someone to listen, not just someone to have a response for everything we say. You know, the biggest listener in this world right now is God, or Jesus, as many of you call. Listening is so important in our lives. Listening leads us to powerful revelations in our lives. Talk to God, talk to Jesus, talk to that spiritual being in your life. No one listens better than God, than Jesus. No one is capable of listening to you more powerful than they are. A lot of us who are health, life coaches, psychologists like to listen. And we have some experience with listening. Friends do not have much experience with listening because all they want to do is have an answer to whatever you have to say. And in this world, we are meant to talk and be listened to. It's another characteristic that has been losing its connotation, and it's meant more for experienced people than it is for friendship. Friends are supposed to be someone who's always there. Well, how do you know if they're always there? It takes time to develop. You're not going to find out overnight if your friend is always going to be there for you. It takes more than the average person is willing to wait. It takes sacrifice. It takes listening. It takes being there when you do not have time to be there. It takes more than just a regular friend on Facebook, friend on any social media. It takes more listening than the average person is willing to put in. I tend to be always there for my friends. However, many of them don't look out for me. Why? I don't know why. It could be that they're embarrassed. It could be they have no time. It could be many things. Time is another thing. Friends give you their most valuable and most precious item on this earth. Time. Time should not be taken lightly. Anyone who shares time with you, whether they're a true friend or not, is giving you their most precious and most valuable commodity on this earth. Do not take it lightly. Remember, being a friend is easy, but being a continual friend is not easy. Always differentiate between the difference. In Spanish and other languages, it's easier because an acquaintance is what we all mean to perceive as a friend, an acquaintance. And a friend is a more developed relationship. Let's go back to using those words, an acquaintance and a friend. An acquaintance is someone you meet and someone who you do not have a developed relationship with. A friend takes time. Let's not keep confusing these two terminologies. Let's go back and remember that acquaintances are not long-term friends, temporary friends, or friends that we are establishing. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Thank you.